Welcome everybody. Would you like to paint some complex camouflage on your miniature soldiers? Well, you've come to the right place because today I will be painting Autumn Oak Leaf Camo on a 1/16th German soldier to teach you guys how you can do it yourselves. So we are starting off with our completely unprimed soldier. This guy is from the winter of 1944. Now this pattern was used by the Waffen-SS, so the militarized SS, in the last parts of the war. And it was quite an effective camouflage pattern. Now obviously this was used in conjunction. It was on a flipped pattern, so there would be on one side summer and one side like winter or autumn pattern. So it gave it quite a lot of flexibility and it was quite popular. So next you want to paint the first layer on your model. After priming it, you want to coat the whole thing in a sort of brownish coat. I did not actually get the exact color. I was actually trying to color match from a photo, but I think I got the color relatively right. And here's it all done, just the clothing in that color. So then we'll be putting on our first layer. So for this, you're just going to be putting some nice spots of a darkish brown color over this. Now I'm putting all the colors that I used up on the screen there. So this is going to be your sort of base before where your orange goes on to. Now you just want to also do a bit of dots across, some nice wide dots across, not too many, because we're going to be putting a lot more in later, but it needs to be fairly spaced out. Now you're going to be applying your darker patches. So for this you're going to be using quite a dark brown or like a rusty color. This will be being the dark brown color in the camouflage pattern. You want to be painting this much more complex than the other pattern. So not as round, and you want to paint it on the side of your previous patterns, sort of around it as well as a couple more dots of this. Now for this entire thing, I highly recommend you use a reference photo. My reference photo is coming on the screen now. Yeah, I know it looks a bit funny, but you don't have to follow the reference photo exactly, but it's helpful to get you to know how spots really look like. Now you want to add on your orange. So this will be on top of your sort of brownish color. You're going to be doing orange, but not covering the whole thing, sort of leaving that brownish color along the edges so that you're just in everything else having that orangey brown. It's very nice. You want to also have a couple spots at these, but we're going to be doing a lot more spotting later. So now we're onto our complex spots. This is when we start to overlap them a bit. So you're going to want to put a bit of the bright orange spots into the dark patches and a couple of the dark patches into the lighter spots. Now you also want to start working on making your pattern a lot more complex, like lots of weird lines going out in the middle of nowhere. It's really like having a really wiggly brush or something like where your hand is constantly moving really helps. Not like fluid motions, but sort of like jagged. Makes it look really nice. Obviously you need to use a really small brush for this, especially if you're doing 1/35th. And that's mostly the camo pattern done, but I would then recommend to expand your patterns, make these spots look a bit more realistic and add more spots, because I felt like I didn't have enough spots. And of course, if you have like a hoodie or something, or a bit that's exposed, make sure to paint the reverse pattern, because this is the autumn pattern, but then suddenly there's the summer pattern that also needs to come onto the other side of it. Now I know I did the P dot pattern for this one, so it's not entirely realistic. It's still a lot of fun and it provides some nice contrast for your model. So I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. I hope that this video has helped you, and I hope that it will allow you to paint your figures better. And to also enjoy more of this hobby. Now comment down below if you think my figure is good, if you've got any improvements. I know my face is not very good on the model. I need to definitely improve that. A couple things I need to improve, as well as actually the base camo accuracy. Like I wasn't very good at color matching the first color down there. But how do you think I did? Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. So thank you all so much. Goodbye.